Hey, welcome back everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. So in this video, I want to spend some time to talk about my experience with Forza Horizon 6. The game came out on Tuesday, which was May 19th. Today is May 23rd, so 4 days later. So what do I think 4 days later? Now that I've spent 12 hours, I think close to 12 hours playing it. And I think I have a pretty good handle on this game and what I think so far. I have to mention both positives and negatives, and that's what I'll try to do in this video. I'll try to make this video 12 minutes in a nutshell to get to the positives and negatives. All right, let's first address the positives before I jump into the negatives. The positives that I found about this games is obviously it's set in Japan. I love Japanese culture. Anything Japanese, man, I'm in. I love Japanese anime. Huge fan. Huge fan of their Japanese cars. Just the entire culture of samurai, bushido, the whole thing. Very inspired by the way Japanese society lives. Everything about that island, I appreciate the culture. It's like a different planet. It really is. It's on the other side of the planet, on the Pacific Ocean, and it's just like a difference between the Western world, like a difference between America and Japan. It's like night and day difference, dude. In terms of culture, in terms of discipline, in terms of everything. So I'm a huge fan of Japan. All right. And just the way people are, the way they are, they have a certain code, certain, like almost like a certain principle. That, of course, we here in this country, what principles do we have? Don't even get me started on that. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about different cultures. I'm just simply saying the big positive to me is the fact that it's set in Japan, and that's a big bonus. And you can explore all of these Japanese areas and Tokyo City. Um, it's not the entire Japan map, but it's a certain portion of Japan that they try to put into this map. Okay, um, and I think they done a great job in terms of that. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the customization of the cars. This reminds me of Need for Speed Underground when it first came out on PlayStation 2 back in, was it early, was it like 2003 or something like that. And I was a huge fan of Need for Speed. And one of the unique things about the Need for Speed, besides street racing, was the customization. And in this game, there's endless and endless of customizations that you can do. And I think that's what gives it that edge. It's not just the customizations for the car. And when I say customization, I really do mean everything from the tires, the width of the tires, what type of tires, the rims, the size of the rims, every little tiny detail that you want to craft, that you want to make yours uniquely, which I have done. Like if you look at my Mitsubishi Evo, it's very uniquely mine. You ain't gonna find anything like that. Same thing with my Toyota Supra. It's very uniquely me. And the list goes on and on and on. So the amount of customizations that you have in this game is just ridiculous. So that's another bonus. Number three, which is the positive, is the um, the amount of challenges that you have, the amount of things to do in this game. There's just endless and endless and endless of challenges, and you can even do a food delivery. All of these great amount of challenges where you can go and meet this guy Yuji, and he finds these cars, and you test these cars, and he customizes them. And then you have this other chick that does the toga. Toga is the toge, where you're going down a hill and you're doing very fast race down the hill at a high speed high speed driving. And then you have, besides toge, you also have drifting, and this other chick with drifting as well. You join this drift club, and then you try to make it and to join this drifting club, which reminds me of Need for Speed, right? Um, and all of these challenges and missions and side missions, man, there's so much to do, so much to discover. Okay, this is all great. The graphics, look, I know it's the same engine, but I think they squeezed every ounce of power out of this engine before they move on to the next generation, which will be obviously Project Helix and the PlayStation 6. So, and whatever the next generation GPUs are coming from NVIDIA and AMD. But I think they tried to squeeze as much of every ounce of power of this graphics engine as they could, because this will probably be their last time that they will use this engine before they move on to the next one for Forza Horizon 7. Whenever that is, 2030, whenever. Um, Hopefully 2031 or 2032 or 2035. Hopefully it's not that far. I don't want to wait till 2035. God. But anyway, so the graphics are good. Uh, no issues with the graphics, right? Also, optimizations. It's really well optimized. Like, I'm able to run this game on my gaming laptop, which is a miracle, at 1080p with ultra settings, with quality mode, deep learning, super sampling, and frame generation. With ultra settings, I'm getting 120 frames per second. That's amazing. And it looks amazing on my ultra wide because I'm using a combination of 1080p stretched out and upscaled to 3840 by 1080. So my source resolution is 1080p, and then it stretches out to 3840 by 1080, and it looks amazing with 120 frames per second with 1080p with an ultra settings. And I'm just amazed how well they were able to optimize this game to run really well on my gaming laptop with a 4070 with only like 8 gigs of RAM. So optimization, truly amazing. So these are all the positives that I just mentioned. Okay, these are all great things that make Forza Horizon very addictive. So now let's jump into the negative. The negative is I have to really jump into the multiplayer, which I already have covered. The multiplayer is just doesn't make any sense. Like, they have all these different multiplayer races, right? Different multiplayer race challenges. And there's the one specific one that I've been driving. It's called Specs. Okay, allegedly, this Specs online multiplayer race is where everyone has the same specification, has the same class, same car, right? You can alter anything. You can't manipulate anything or put an extra, something to make it faster. So everyone has the same specification, the same car. And when you do these races online, some weird thing happens. Everyone else is faster than you. And I'm like, how is this possible? That everyone else is faster than me, yet we have the same specs, we have the same exact specification of engine and transmission and everything. So how can they be faster than me? That they're doing a perfect cornering, that none of them hit the wall, there's no collision, that they're all just so perfect. Like, that's impossible. As a human being, yeah, there's maybe few handful amazing, great, racers out there, sure. But the fact that every single time everyone else is faster than me, and I know how good I am, and you're more than welcome to watch those online live streams, which I did there on my channel, and you'll see for yourself. That didn't make any sense to me, and I got so frustrated. I just like threw the controller down, my headset down. I was like, man, I can't play this. So multiplayer is broken. That's number one, and I think that there's people cheating as well, manipulating. It's just something going on there. So multiplayer, it's really that's where you're gonna notice negativity. It's the multiplayer. Now, multiplayer is optional. You don't have to play multiplayer. Okay. But believe me, there's plenty to do without the multiplayer. You don't really need multiplayer, okay? I'm just simply saying you will step into the multiplayer once you're done with the exploration honeymoon of driving around Japan. You're going to step into a multiplayer. And once you step into a multiplayer, you are going to realize, man, this is not good, okay? I don't want to use any profanity here because I don't want to get demonetized, but you believe me, I would love to use some colorful words to describe my experience, which I already did on a live stream. You can go watch it. But you're going to realize that it's not good, okay? It's broken. So, multiplayer is one of the negatives. Besides the multiplayer, second negative is racing wheel. And I have documented this. You can go watch my videos. It's all there. It's not just like, I'm not making anything up. Everything I say, I can back it up. I have credibility. So for the new people, everything I say, it's recorded, it's documented, and you can go watch it. All right. So racing wheel, I have a Logitech G29. I download the Logitech app. I tried to calibrate my racing wheel. I tried different settings. I watch different YouTubers and YouTube videos. They're giving their recommendations for G29, and I tried various different things, man. I tried putting it on the assisted mode, on the assisted braking mode, on the normal mode without. I tried to make it as easy as I can for my racing wheel. And even though I have turned on all the easiest stuff, assisted this, assisted that, my racing wheel still, the car was spinning. For some reason, the car spins. Once it goes past 120 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour, it cannot keep stability. It just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And I don't know why that's happening. And just before you guys start saying, "Oh, but maybe you didn't change your tire," I did. The tires has been changed. Excellent grip on the tires, traction on the tires, all of that stuff. Uh, Anti-roll bar, everything, dude. These cars I have actually spent like 200,000 credits. One car I spent 300,000 credits. I made sure the bodywork, everything, the airflow, all of that stuff. I made sure that the car are running perfectly and they shouldn't be spinning around. Once I start using the racing wheel, they just start spinning around, spinning around. And I do have a 1900-degree rotation Logitech G29 racing wheel, but the cars are always spinning, spinning. It's almost like the alignments are broken, dude. And it's just like spinning, 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 pulling me into the left or pulling me into the right. You know when the alignments are really bad and you let go of the wheel and it just keeps pulling you into the left, or into the right or into the left, and it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And dude, and I use one of my best cars like that I spent like 300,000 credits on. Uh, and then I switched to my controller using my gamepad. Using a gamepad, smooth as butter, no issues, no problem while using a gamepad. But as soon as I start using the racing wheel, the car starts spinning, and it's spinning for no reason, and it shouldn't be spinning. And I'm using one of my best cars, and it's still spinning. How's that possible? So what I think it's going on is that um, even though you can use a racing wheel on a Forza Horizon games, especially Forza Horizon 6, I don't think playground games really focus too much on the racing wheels. Like you don't see them doing a partnership with Logitech like Gran Turismo did, or Fanatic. I call them fanatics. Fanatec, right? Fantac or Fanatec, or Thrustmaster, or Moza, or all these other, Logitech Direct Wheel, Fanatec Direct Wheel. Uh, you don't see them doing any like partnership with any of these brands, like Assetto Corsa does, like Gran Turismo does, like iRacing does. So that shows me that they're not really focused on racing wheels because you don't see any partnership. Like, where's the partnership with Logitech? You think they would have a partnership with a Logitech Direct Wheel or uh, Fantech uh, racing wheels or Thrustmaster or all these like Turtle Beach, the latest Turtle Beach uh, racing wheel as well. You don't see them doing any partnership. And I think what happened is they allow you to use racing wheel, but it's not optimized to work well with this game. Their main focus is the gamepad, and they think, well, I think they know that majority will be using a gamepad, and it's true. Majority will be using a gamepad with Forza Horizon 6, and so do I. And I realized that the best way to play this game is through a racing wheel. Not through a racing wheel, through a gamepad. I'm sorry, gamepad. Sadly, uh, I think developers only focused on using the gamepad, and I think based on what they have researched, majority of players do use the gamepad when they play this game. Okay, now there's a certain percentage of you who do use the racing wheel, but that's a small minority. Okay, remember, the companies don't care about a minority, they care about a majority. And majority out there, it's using gamepad. So they knew from the beginning when they were making this game that this is arcade style gamepad couch type. Kick back and relax and sit on the couch, right, or on your bed and just enjoy this with a gamepad. And that's what they're trying to focus mainly on. And that's why they have the controller. That's like a like some sort of a special edition, collector's edition controller and a headset. But you don't see any racing wheels. So what does that tells me? If there's no racing wheels, if there's no partnership with like Logitech or Thrustmaster or Fantech or all these other Turtle Beach, all these other third-party manufacturers of racing wheels, so that tells me that they're are not focused this so much on a racing wheel. Um, that's why I refuse to use a racing wheel because it's just impossible, dude. And it's just like forget it. So the racing wheel, it's a no-no. The multiplayer, it's a no-no. What other negatives I would have to put into? Oh yeah, the AI. Another negative is the AI. The AI in the game, like these drivatars, right? They're constantly crashing onto you. Like I don't understand why they. It's like almost they purposely coded and programmed these AI drivatars to purposely crash into you, head-on collision. And this happens all the time. Even if you are like in your own lane, they would still like pull inside, like crash into you, man. Like for no, and this happened to me like so many times where they would constantly crash into you. And I'm like, well, why are these driver tars crashing into me? Why can't they use the a better AI program to avoid these cars crashing into me? But it's almost like they purposely wanted the cars to crash into you to make it more challenging. And I think that was a bad mistake. You know, that's not realistic. Like the cars, the incoming traffic should avoid me. In real life, if you see a car, you turn to the left, you turn to the right, you try to avoid a collision, right? You pull on the side of the road. But that's not the case here. The AI in this game, the drivatars are constantly crashing into you. And I have documented this. You guys are more than welcome to watch my live streams. It's all there. Go watch it. It's all well documented. I even did a replay where I was showing you through replay how these cars are purposely crashing into you. So those are my thoughts on this game so far. I mentioned the positives and I mentioned the negatives. So what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to say here is this is not a masterpiece. Even though they want you to believe that it's a masterpiece, I'm sorry. It's not a masterpiece. A masterpiece is something that has to be something that has never been done before, something that it's innovative, something that it's just, you know, above everything else. And that's why we reserve the word masterpiece for that something special that comes once in a lifetime, right? But this is not it. This is not it. Even though they want you to believe all the marketing BS that it's a masterpiece, but it's not a masterpiece. What this is, it's a good game. It's a 8 out of 10. I would say this is easily 8 out of 10. It's a good addition to the Forza Horizon franchise. I give it a 8 out of 10. I can't give it a 9 because of all the negatives that I just mentioned. If the multiplayer was not broken, if the racing wheel was working, if the AI wasn't so stupid, the drivatars, maybe I would give it a 9, but it's impossible for me to say this is a masterpiece. This is a good game. Okay, it's a good game, a good entry into Forza Horizon 6. Okay, is it a DLC? I can see why some people would want to call it a DLC, but it's not a DLC. It's a brand new game. It's set in a different location. There's new features. Oh yeah, another positive that I forgot to mention is your garage. Your garage, you can build your garage and you can expand your garage and you can have decoration inside your garage and you can store more cars. And I love walking around the garage, checking my garage. So the garage, your estate, your real estate, where you can buy a real estate and build more stuff. You can become like a tycoon, like a Jeffrey Bezos of cars tycoon, like a Jay Leno of tycoon of cars, and you can build your own facilities and your own garage, expand your garages, and you can invite your friends to see it. So that's yet another a positive aspect of of Forza Horizon 6. So what I'm trying to say is it's it's a great game. It's not perfect. It has some negatives. There's some positives. It's 50-50. But it's not a masterpiece. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I said, it's a great game, but it's not a masterpiece. And if I don't address the negatives, then I would just be a shill or a fanboy. And I'm not neither one of those. I'm somebody who's a gamer, who's unbiased, and I call it the way I see it. And I have to address the positive and the negative. Okay, and this is all based on my experience. This is not like based on me watching other people. This is based on my experience, and through my experience, that's the way I see it. So, what am I saying? Yes, this is a I don't want to say great, but it's a good game. It's a good game in this entry, but it's not perfect. It's a good game, but it's not a perfect game. It's not a masterpiece. And that's okay. You know, not every game it's a masterpiece. It's very hard to achieve a masterpiece, right? But it's a good entry into a Japan. It's a good game. Maybe throughout the next year and the year after, maybe with the upcoming updates and season passes, maybe they will make this game better. You remember, nothing is a final product. I want to say something. This is just my experience so far. 4 days in, okay? But things can change. Look at the Crew Motorfest. Look what they have done with the Crew Motorfest. A year from now, this could be an amazing experience. This could be a masterpiece a year from now. Maybe they will add so many cool features. One of the features I wanted to see was to be able to exit out of the car and walk around and meet with your friends and invite your friends, and everybody else gets out of the car and walk around and explore Japan and watch beautiful, Japanese uh, places around the map, and walk around and enjoy and take photos, right? Enjoy the scenery, enjoy the beautiful landmarks in Japan. So, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what they will do. Maybe they will add the virtual reality feature, VR feature. Maybe there will be a PlayStation VR 2 feature added. Who knows, man? This could be a masterpiece a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. So nothing is a final product. Everything is still work in progress. Okay. So think of this not just as a like a permanent review, but more like a as of now. May 23rd, Saturday, May 23rd, Saturday, 2026. As of now, this is where I'm at with Forza Horizon 6. Now, things could change. A year from now, I could be singing a different tune, right? Once they have more support for racing wheel, once they calibrate the racing wheel, once they add more features, etc., etc., this could be a true masterpiece. But right now, we're not there yet. It's still rough around the edges. There's still work for the improvement. So I hope you look at this video not as me being critical, but more like a feedback. I want you to look at this video as a feedback, and I hope that this video helps you out a little bit. Look, one positive thing is it's on Game Pass. You know, you can try it out today. It's only $22.99. It's only $23. Try it for 1 month and see what you think. I think 1 month is more than enough for you to know whether or not you want to stick around, you want to, invest time playing this or not. So it's on Game Pass. It's $22.99. Give it a try. Anyway, so that's what I think. That's my honest opinions right now. I hope this helps. Now, if you would like to know a little bit more, then in detail, it would like if you'd like to know a little bit more in detail, then go watch my live streams. Tune in to my live streams later on today and watch my previous live streams, and you will see for yourself into more detailed uh, feedback, if you will. But this is just like a little short, in a nutshell video that I'm trying to give you some uh, feedback, both positive and negative, and just to kind of give you some idea what my experience is so far. Now, keep in mind, this could change as the game progresses and evolves and they add more features, etc., etc., more support for the racing wheels, right? They fixed multiplayer, etc., etc., right? Added new features, maybe a virtual reality PlayStation VR 2 in the future. So there's a lot of things that can change in the coming months and years, all right? So think of this as more of like a feedback, but not like a permanent review. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys appreciate what I do. I upload daily. I have daily content, daily live streams, daily uploads, daily live streams. So I'm always on every day. So there's always a video, there's always a live stream every day. So I hope you guys appreciate my efforts and my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.